So you're just standing there because
I'm gonna sit down.
That's his job.
I'm just making sure that you were. I wasn't supposed to wait for your cue.
You're good to go.
All right, thanks everyone for coming to our essential oil talk. This is my older sister, Dr. Stephanie Nimitz. This isn't her primary, but she does sell essential oil, so I'm glad that she was able to come talk to you all and fill you in.
Hello.
Thanks.
Hi. So as she said, I'm her oldest, wisest, and coolest sister. But what's neat is I love that about your company is that you guys are conscious and you have the opportunity to have other people come in. Sounds like you just had who for shoes?
Shoe Shack.
Shoe Shack come in, which is super. It's awesome to be able to get exposed to other things. And so in my industry, health and wellness, I mean, we from beauty products to foods to essential oils. I mean, we kind of have to hit it all. And so today, Vanessa had asked about the use of essential oils. And it sounds like you as a company use Thieves Essential Oil Cleaner here, which is a fantastic, see her up there, which is a fantastic way for killing germs. And we're going to learn about that. So just a raise of hands, how many of you have used an essential oil either personally or know someone that uses them? So just a couple people. Okay. And so my goal for you today is just to introduce you to the brand that I use. There are a couple brands, and so I'll explain the difference between them today. But just kind of give you an introduction of what essential oils are, some of the uses, and let's be practical about it. So I have my favorite ones up here with a piece of paper that I personally use on a weekly basis. So you get to sniff them, and then these are not chew cups, it's coffee grounds, so that you can reset your nose so you can smell the next thing, the next oil. So if you have any questions, I am kind of an interactive talker or speaker, I guess you could say. So if you have a question, just don't hesitate. Please let me know about it. So to start with, I have a couple handouts for you. I mean, even though we're years out of school, you have a piece of paper in front of you, you're going to look at it first before you hear me talk. So the first one that you see is this. So there's a disclaimer, and I have that posted in the PowerPoint. So you'll see how it says replace over-the-counter products with that. Now that is with working with a doctor or healthcare professional. There's like medications and things on there. Don't go throw your medications away and start using an oil. That's not what I meant by that. But it's just to go to show that there are people that go ahead and do that they wean themselves off. I work with patients on a pretty regular basis doing that. And so just so you can be aware of and these are the top ones are the oils we are going to talk about today. And then the bottom are kind of some of those simple, common things that we use them for. And on the back side, so if any of you have children, Young Living created their own children's line. And so this is one of my favorite little handouts. I have a couple of the oils up here that you can smell, but that's just kind of an easy guide for utilizing essential oils with children. So another presentation that I do in my clinic is called our Dr. Mom's Essential Oil Night. And so we have a Dr. Mom's kind of kit. So for your scrapes and bruises and colds and tummy aches and things like that, what's neat is they're pretty versatile between using them with an adult and using them with the kids, and we'll talk about that here. So that's your one handout. The next one, which I didn't know you guys were all going to get, which thanks to Vanessa for printing them, is there's some recipes. And so with the holidays coming around, some of the essential oils you can use not only topically, but you can ingest them or put them in recipes. So there's a couple fun things in that I hope that you can utilize. And then there's one more handout, and the next one is a little thicker. Some might have not gotten it. What does the top say again? It says, uses for 10 oils, so start living. So that's kind of the first sheet. It's just a little bit more in depth about each of those oils, because I didn't know how many notes you guys could take on your own. So just wanted to equip you with enough information so you knew a little bit more about them. Those are your handouts. So thank you for your company for printing them for you. Okay, so let's get started. So essential oils, support wellness in you. So that's kind of one of the things that when I'm talking to people about them is supporting your own self. Sometimes it helps you be a better engaged with your own wellness. And it's important for you as a person to know what things might be beneficial when it comes to your health. So I use them on all levels of helping with stress to helping with a common cold, which I have today. So topics that we'll address, what are essential oils? What's the Young Living purpose? That's just the brand that we use. what's our seed to seal promise? So I'll explain how the quality of our oils are in the process they're made. About our oils collection, how to order, blah, blah, blah. I'm obviously not here to sell you anything, but if you do, I just brought what I have. There's some in the back. I can, answer any questions that you have. I just usually go places and don't bring it. And I thought, well, maybe you'll have a question on it. So if you do want some there in the back, just don't open those back there. Anything up here you can smell. All right, here we go. Disclaimer, blah, 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 lots of fine print. I'm not here to tell you go use them and it's safe for each and every person. Essential oils do have some sensitivities for certain people. Our other sister, who is sensitive to begin with anyways, I said, hey Stacia, go home, use peppermint, you had a bad headache. She puts it on her forehead, breaks out in a hive, and it was burning her skin. I should have told her, hey, take a little drop, do a test spot on your skin, make sure you don't react to it, and then you can go use it on a different part of your body. So if you do decide to start using essential oils, I would highly recommend you do that. You test a little spot on your skin to make sure you're not going to react to it before you go lather yourself up. I had another lady decide to put it in her bath water, and needless to say, you know what she called me crying about. So be careful on how you use them, but they are safe to put in your bath water. Some, that is. So there's my disclaimer. So what are oils? Obviously they're from plants, and so Young Living, and I love YouTube, they have their Seed to Seal Promise. It's a great YouTube video. I thought about sharing it with you, but it's a little lengthy. So if you are really, really interested in knowing why Young Living, or why, this gal's up here talking about the purity, that is why. So we sometimes have our oils on back order because they make sure it's using the most purest form of the plant as it is distilled and made into an oil for the consumption or the use on skin, which I think is pretty neat. I'm health conscious when it comes to ingredients, and so if it's something I can't read, usually it does not go on my skin or in my body. So that's one of the things that we have with our essential oils. You'll know exactly what it is that's in that. So that's kind of our promise. Essential oils are also different from vegetable oils, such as olive, grapeseed, coconut, and sunflower. They're not greasy and don't clog up your pores or anything like that. Vegetable oils can be oxidized and rancid over time. Most oils, on the other hand, can't go rancid. It's important to understand that if it's not properly distilled, and that's why there's some companies, I would highly recommend not throwing it in your water or not putting it in a capsule and ingesting or putting it in your recipe, that you kind of know the safety of where that oil came from, just like anything else. That's why we have our Seed to Seal Promise. Essential oils are substances that definitely deserve the respect of proper education, and that's why you're here today. So if you have any other questions, let me know, but what's neat is that you know exactly where they're coming from. So Young Living is out of California, so they have an organic farm there that all of the plants are there, and then they do the process of making them into oils. So it takes about 7 to 10 days if you do decide to get oils for them to ship, because they go through a process of making sure each bottle's sealed, blah, blah, blah. You guys know all about that. Here we go. So safety. I talked about this a little bit with the burning, but because they are so potent, which can you guys smell in here? What I have going, and we'll talk more about it, is this is an essential oil diffuser. I have in there my favorite this time of the year, Christmas Spirit, and I'm a goofball, I use it a lot throughout the year, but Christmas Spirit has a couple different blends, and we'll pass this around. I have 2 of them here. So some are great for diffusing, so they work aromatherapy wise, and like I said, you can use them topically. Because they're very potent, that's important to find out if it is something that's okay for your body. So have you guys ever gone and tried smelling like colognes or perfumes before and been like, ooh, yeah, that one is just not what your body likes or what your senses like? Oils are very similar to that. Some people use them for health, different health issues, and so we have what's called a VitaFlex. So it's this thing you can put your hand on, and it tells you what oils your body will like. What's interesting is when I've done it, it's a little out there. I don't use it in my office, but it's kind of neat. What's interesting is the oils that my hand said were okay for my body, I hated all of the scents. Oh, they smelled horrible. So it's one of those things, sometimes what your body needs the most is what you absolutely don't want to put in it, just like drinking water, right? Or eating healthy foods. So you should never place essential oils inside the ear. That is for some oils. There are some oils that you can place in the ear or around the outside of the ear. So this time of the year, children or even adults with ear infections, we use lavender. And that's something that you can put around the ear with a Q-tip and it will not harm by any means. You should never place essential oils near or in the eyes. Absolutely not. There's not a single oil that you can use near the eyes. As you can see, because they're potent, I mean, they even can sometimes make your eyes water a little bit. Please learn about the proper methods and ratios for diluting them. So at the end of my presentation, I have some information about using a carrier oil. So for any of you guys that have children that are under the age of 1, carrier oils are extremely important. Or if you're someone who has sensitive skin, using an oil to help dilute it, I can help you with that too. Some essential oils are more hot to the skin than others, so learning about that, and I'll explain those here in a second. And then each oil, if you peel back the label, it explains how to use it, how to dilute it, and where to not put it on your body or in your mouth. So if you need any more information, we can always email this PowerPoint to you if you want any of the links that I have on there too. So doing okay so far? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go to the fun stuff. So a lot of people, and just like anything else, there are 3-tiered marketing businesses. Young Living literally could be your income. I'm not here to preach to you about that. I just use them because it's a great alternative in my practice for my patients. So if you want to learn more about the business side of it, I have a great rep out of the Dodgeville, Wisconsin area. She travels all over into people's homes and explains that. So if you ever want to have like a little get-together party, Tracy, my friend Tracy, does that. That's not my thing, but that's what she does. So I could definitely get you in contact with her. Because that's kind of the fun thing is that, I mean, you can make it a means of income. But our purpose is to bring greater wellness and abundance to people all over the world. It takes the stewardship of our planet seriously, which is why we take such pride in how oils are made, blah, blah, blah. So some growth facts. Sorry, some of that stuff's boring. In 2014, Young Living launched 21 new products, 13 of which were new essential oils. So there hasn't been many launched since then. That's why I didn't update my slide. In 2014, their active members and sales more than doubled, which is why I think you said, like, you hear about people talking about them, you just don't know about them. And then Young Living essential oils come from over 50 different sources and are all worthy of the Seed to Seal distinction. So it's something we just take pride in. And here's our Seed to Seal. So potential, sustainable methods, innovative approaches, unwavering standards, and dedicated facility, some of the top ones. Here we go, some fun, okay? All that stuff's behind us now. So my favorite, probably the most commonly used oil is lavender, okay? So lavender, which you have on that first sheet, is highly regarded as one of the most versatile essential oils, okay? So I personally use it for comforting and calming. So I am tend to be a more hyper energetic type of a person. So sleep doesn't come easy to me. I wish it would. So at nighttime, that is for myself, I use lavender in my diffuser, or I put it on the bottom of my feet. Or you can take it, put it on a cotton ball, and put it around the outside of your bed or under your mattress. I have some people that will put it on a cotton ball and just stick it in different points of their room. So lavender is one of those things for very, very well known for calming and soothing. But it's neat because it also can be used on a burn. So, or if you've had a surgery, it helps heal a wound. So there's some additional things. Are any of you guys Pinterest people? Okay, so there's a ton of information on Pinterest. Obviously, with the world of technology now, Googling anything, you can find 1,100 uses for it. I have an app, or they make an app called the Reference Guide for Essential Oils. So you can pull up on your phone any oil, any condition. So a lot of the times with lavender, you know, they suggest on a burn, they use coconut oil and a couple drops of lavender, and the burn will go away. My office manager, she had a 2nd-degree burn from a frying pan, a cast iron frying pan, so it was about this big on her forearm, and this was about a month ago. So every single day, she didn't go to the doctor, she came to me, which I would have advised her to go if need be, but we decided to try coconut oil and lavender, and so she did that about 3 to 4 times a day, and within 1.5 weeks, it was completely healed. Now we're working on the scarring, so she's continued the use of lavender. We've added a couple other oils, and it's just about gone. You can hardly see the mark on her arm. So I mean, a pretty big mark that could have taken a long time to heal just by the use of a silly oil. I had another friend get her gallbladder removed, so she didn't want a scar on her stomach, so she could wear a swimsuit, whatever. So I had her start using the lavender on her scar post-surgery about a week after everything was healed up, and the scar, you can hardly see it. So for scarring, so that's neat, is lavender can be used on the skin itself. So those are kind of my go-to, that's what pops to my brain first when I talk about lavender. Have any of you guys got to use that one before? Okay, so I'm gonna let you sniff it. So, allergies, it can be used for allergies, cuts, burns, I talked about that. Oh yeah, bug bites. So in the summertime, it's kind of the one I always have. I have this little thing in my wallet. So you can get them online, they're like $6, and then you can fill these little vials with your favorite oil, label them. So I always keep that, but it's very helpful for getting rid of that itch when you get a bug bite. Sunburns, which I talked about, kind of burns. Cold sores, you can apply it right on the cold sore. And also because it does have calming properties, it's great for children and like attention. So I have a couple families that get lavender and they have it diffusing at night when they're doing homework with their children. So that's lavender, number 1. How you doing? If you want to smell it, Vinny has it. Vanessa has it. We call her Vinny. Sorry. Peppermint. Sorry. Okay, so peppermint. Sometimes people are familiar with peppermint. No, I'm not talking about peppermint for your hot chocolate. But peppermint is one of my favorite things to put in tea or water. I've used it in even making like cookies with chocolate, so I've used peppermint to kind of give it that peppermint flavor. It's a bright, cool flavor and has benefits that include for your GI, so your stomach comfort, helping and aiding in digestion, and it's great to taste. So, a little story, because of being a chiropractor, I see a lot of people that come in constipated, okay? Not something they love talking about, but hey, your back hurts? Let's talk about if you've gone to the bathroom yet today. So, I had a gentleman, not to pinpoint out men, but they're just a little leery on essential oils, which is great to see guys in here today. But he's like, oh, I'm not putting that on, my wife has it at home. And I said, seriously, just take a drop, put it in this little bit of water I gave him, drink it, and then I put a little bit on his tummy. I'm not even kidding, I adjusted him. He did that before he left. He had to use our restroom, and he was a little embarrassed about it. And so within minutes, it did help relieve, something that had been bothering him for days. Something as simple as throwing some peppermint in some water or rubbing it right on the tummy. So peppermint also, do any of you guys suffer from headaches or migraines? Okay, you don't have to raise your hand, but that is really helpful for relieving some tension in the head or in the sinuses. So you can apply by testing first. This is one of our hot ones, where if you are someone who's sensitive to oils, you would want to test your skin first. But that's a good one. You can put on the temples, on the back of your neck. You can just breathe it in. You can open the bottle kind of like you guys are trying to do, and that sometimes will relieve a headache. It's also stimulating because it is so potent. So stimulating meaning, hey, I need a little energy pick-me-up and I don't want to grab my Mountain Dew. You could go ahead and just have diffusing peppermint or place a little drop again at the temples or smell it. But it can give you just a little bit of get up and go. It's a little bit more on the less sugar, more natural size type thing. So one of the key ingredients in the oil, Digees, which is a blend. So with essential oils, we have single oils and we have blended oils. So things like peppermint, lavender, lemon, orange, like when it's one word, that's one oil. When we have things like purification, that's numerous oils put into one. So our Digees, which is specific in digestion, people put that in their waters or tea, that helps, get movement with the digestive tract, which is important. Going to the bathroom is a key to our feeling good, health and wellness. What else for peppermint? I think I hit all of my go-to uses. Have any of you guys ever tried it? It's one of my favorite. Did you get to smell that one? Yeah. Yep. I love the little guys. Those are fun, so you can keep them in your purse and it works out well. All right, so peppermint. Lemon. Lemon, which is awesome for like springtime cleaning. I didn't get a chance to put the recipe up here, but do any of you guys like spring clean your mattresses or carpets or rugs, things like that where you're getting out in the vacuum? So growing up, we had carpet, and I hated when my mom would sprinkle that crap and then go vacuum over it. Oh, wow, it just makes you smell it. So, but there's a recipe where you take baking soda, some citrus or some lemon, orange, or whatever your favorite oils are. You mix it in, you do sprinkle it, you let it sit over your mattress, and then you do go vacuum over it. What's nice is it, one, gets rid of antibiotic, so it's a natural antibiotic, so it gets rid of germs, helps clean it, and then it gives it a fresh scent, so it's like brand new. So if you ever want that recipe, just Google literally essential oils and cleaning your mattress. And it comes up with baking soda and some lemon or whatever your favorite oil is. I have a patient who they camp every summer, and that is how she gets kind of the sandy, lakey scent out of everything in their camper, is they use that to clean. But lemon is very versatile for being able to add any kind of brightness, anything dynamic, kind of that good flavor to a dish. So I have people that use it to make literally their lemon cookies. That's what they use as their lemon, is just the essential oil. I'm pretty notorious for going through lots of lemon in my clinic because I put it in my water just about every day. So it's great for taste if you don't like just plain old water. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can put it in foods and things like that. But there's other uses. So with the cleaning mainly, you can ingest it, and then because it is more citrusy, it is kind of rejuvenating, so it kind of gives you a little bit of a get up and go. I have a patient that also makes her own homemade like soaps, lip balms, scrubs, and so she uses our Young Living essential oils in those things, and she has one for the feet, so it opens up the pores in the feet and helps kind of get rid of some cracks and stuff on the feet. Speaking of which, I didn't hit this on lavender. So if any of you guys ever have the back of your heels crack or know someone that does, literally just soaking your feet in lavender, so a couple drops, usually about 2 to 3 drops in like a little, tote or tub of water, or applying it directly, helps to heal the skin. Remember, it helps with sunburns, so it also helps with cracked skin, fingernails, this time of the year when it starts to get dry. So you can just put a little drop on it. Just be sure you don't rub your eyes. Okay, but you will smell it. It absorbs fast. Remember, it's not oily because it's not vegetable based, so it absorbs right into your skin and you won't even know it's there. So that's lemon. Isn't that one nice? That one's really refreshing. All right, our Copa Vela. This one, I don't even have it open, so I'm not going to open it, but if you're interested in it. The gum resin, tapped from the blabla tree in Brazil, is steam distilled to produce this essential oil, which is known for its high level of our beta-carotenoids and a sweet aroma. So, what do we use it for? Okay, this is used for sometimes pain. It can be also used for like arthritis. It can also be used for like muscle cramping. And a lot of people use it with their foods. So it's not really one I use a lot of, but it's part of our essential oils kind of kit. So I'm going to breeze over that one because I don't use it very much. Frankincense. So if you guys, frankincense, we're in the Christmas spirit, right? So frankincense is probably our most expensive essential oil. So they're not cheap. Some of them are, but when it comes to essential oils, it's not like you're putting 10 drops in. You're using them very, very, little. Little goes a long way, so maybe a half of a drop to a drop. So our mom recently had some skin cancer removed from her leg, and so she, of course, no matter what, when you hear that word, it makes you freak out. And so what we did to prep her for getting it removed, and since post-op, which I have a fun story to tell you about this, I had her putting a drop around the area that they were concerned about, just a drop. I've had other patients do this as well, of moles that they were concerned about or spots on their skin. And so for her, she was doing it post, going and having it removed, and then she was doing it afterwards. And her doctor said, "What are you doing? Because this is healing way faster than it should." They made her, so they kind of told her to stop using it because it was healing the skin that much faster. It was healing too fast, and it wasn't healing from the deep because it was really deep. So that's kind of neat to see that it was helping not only heal the skin, but it's an anti-cancer agent. So it can be used for skin spots or anything on the skin. Even if it's, I had a patient use it for someone who had intestinal cancer. They used it in a capsule. So that's when you're really working with someone that knows what they're doing. Like, again, disclaimer, I don't recommend you just going out and doing that. So it's a very earthy, balsamic scent. If you frankincense is pretty unique scent. It can be diffused. It helps with meditation, so it's very kind of grounding, centering, I guess you could use that word. Applying this oil topically may help smooth the appearance of healthy looking skin / help it make it so it's healthier too. You can diffuse it and directly inhale it or apply it topically. I do not have that one because I gave it to my mom to use during that period of time. Otherwise, you guys know the scent of it or the smell of it. So that is one of my favorites for kind of like major stuff. Literally, another patient had a skin cancer spot on her back. She didn't actually even get it removed, and that's all she did, went back, and it got better after using it for 3 months. She obviously made other changes, stopped using Ataniment, things like that. Ooh, this I blew up too much, sorry about that. So this is that carrier oil. Why did I put it after frankincense? Because frankincense and peppermint are very, very potent hot oils, we call them. So there's a couple different methods for using a carrier oil. My favorite and go-to is coconut oil. It's very much available, it's simple, you can have some on hand. You can always use olive oil. So basically you would just take, let's say I'm gonna rub some on my skin, you take a little bit of coconut oil, put your drops, and then you can lather it, and then you can use it for whatever area you want it to. Sometimes people get it in a liquid form, and sometimes you can get it in a more solid form. But there's some differences with how fast it absorbs. So for someone who wants something to absorb slowly, even using like avocado oil, or mixing it right in with avocado, something like that, okay? So carrier oils are important for children specifically, or if you have a skin sensitivity, or if the oil itself is very potent. It'll usually say on the essential oil to dilute it. Doing okay? Do we have any questions yet? Is it interesting? You're learning something? Okay. So, like I said, my favorite probably is going to be coconut oil or olive oil because we always have that stuff on hand. Grapeseed oil is something used as well. So, just today, I have a little baby who has fluid on his ears, okay? And I had another little baby with ear infection. So, I tell the parents to take olive oil, just warm it up a little bit. You can use the either lavender or the purification, and you just massage it around the ear with a Q-tip, not in it, but just around it. Actually helps to pull out some of the gunk and the fluid from it, and then use just like a warm compress over it, which helps to soothe. So if you ever get a bad earache or know someone or have children that get that, it's a really easy home remedy. There is a brand called Wally's Eardrops, and they use essential oils in their eardrops to help fight ear infections. So it's kind of my go-to for ear infections with kiddos. But that's a little bit on carrier oils. Thieves, oh, this is one of my favorites. Why? This time of the year, everyone's got their cold, and you guys use it here for cleaning. That's all I use in my office and at my home. We use it for the floors, for the countertops, the windows, the door handles. I clean my adjustment table, all of our toys with our kids that they play with. They make a toothpaste with Thieves. And so I've been using Thieves toothpaste since I started using oil 6 years ago. So I'm not the whitening strips kind of a girl. Some people say I have whiter teeth. This is all I do, is this. And so if you want, you can go ahead and smell it. What's nice is there's no other ingredients that are icky in it. So if you accidentally swallow it, it's no big deal. Have you guys ever looked at your toothpaste? It says, if swallow, go to the doctor. Seek, yeah. Yeah, so it tells you that there's probably something in it that you shouldn't be doing, but the mouth is very absorbable. So, just word to the wise, be cautious about your Crest toothpaste at home. But yes, I keep this at the office, so this is what I use. If anyone wants to sniff it, you can. Okay, that's my word. Stick it right there. Okay. Otherwise, there is a Thieves one right here. So this one, let's see. Oh, so its major uses for the immune system. So that's why I was talking about it. Is because of colds and flus. I have families that swear by it this time of the year for their children. That's what they put on the bottom of their feet every night with socks. So do you guys remember that as a kid? Your mom lubing your feet up with Vicks and putting you in bed with socks on, and you'd sweat out your cold. We use Thieves the same way. So you can put a couple of drops on the bottom of the feet. What's cool about Thieves is if you put it on your feet, you automatically taste it, even though it didn't touch your mouth. Did you notice that too?
You diffuse it, it's the same way.
Yeah, you feel like you're...
Instead of just smelling it, you can taste it.
Yeah, you can taste it,
My mouth.
which is neat. That's why the feet are a very commonly used area for applying essential oils. That Thieves, yeah, that's no Yeah, that's thieves. So, thieves can be used in the, you can put it in your throat, you can put it on the bottom of your feet. We also make a thieves spray that you can use to spray in your mouth if you think you're coming down with strep throat, a sore throat, bad breath. I have a couple people use it to stop smoking. There's properties, actually, the University of Iowa did a study with one of their floors of nurses, because she was a lady that wanted to stop smoking. She had heard at a Young Living conference that the thieves spray helped people stop smoking. So they had however many nurses, I don't have the exact numbers, but they used it. And the outcome was that more women, because there was a lot of women there, they actually quit smoking using it than the ladies that chose not to. So kind of neat to see that. So we do sell it in a spray form, which is just the thieves diluted. So you can do that yourself too. So that's a blend. So remember I talked about lemon, peppermint being single. This is one of our blends. So that has clove, cinnamon bark, rosemary, lemon, and eucalyptus. And I apologize, I do not have a bottle of eucalyptus, but that is my other favorite oil for common chest colds. Vicks actually, back in the day before they started messing with all these chemicals, was made out of using eucalyptus. So that's one of the scents that are in it. Sometimes people will get Epsom salts and you can get a blend of eucalyptus ones or lavender ones. I personally just buy plain Epsom salts and then I'll use the essential oils to throw in my bath water or soaking just even the feet or your arms, whatever it might be. So thieves is your immune system, killer of all germs. Like I said, that's all we use, and I rarely get sick other than right now because I'm run down. Joyce is being busy, I guess. So that's thieves. Any questions? What do you guys think of the scent? What do you think of the toothpaste? I heard you, I saw you smell the toothpaste.
That first that we
What's
clean,
that?
everyone's like, oh my god.
But some people don't like
used
it.
to now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a distinct scent. What's cool is that it gives it more than just that Clorox smell. Okay, so also women will ask about using essential oils if you're pregnant. Can you? Are some safe? Are some not? And so this is so far, obviously, with it being kind of something natural. We want to make sure that we're being and giving the best recommendation. So. Some of our more hot ones or deeper absorbing ones are our Panaway, which I'll talk about. That's used for pain. Deep Relief is a roll-on that we use for pain. Wild Tansy, Clary Sage, Sage, Fennel, Wintergreen, Hyssop, and any blends that contain any of the oils listed above. So if you're pregnant, most of them are safe. These are the ones we just tell you not to put on your skin or ingest. The neat part is none of them are bad if you want to diffuse them because it's not going to be so stimulating it's going to affect anything. So if you are going to get them, they're great gifts for new mommies, like the lavender. We have a gentle baby one. I do not have that here. That's another neat one. I have a friend of mine, that's her nightly ritual, is taking oil, massage oil or coconut oil and rubbing on her daughter's feet, and it's what gets her to sleep all. And so it's just their thing that they like to do. So if you go to a massage therapist, some massage therapists will use essential oils. When you're laying down, your nose gets all stuffy, they'll have you sniff peppermint. So some of these are helpful for that too. Doing okay? How am I doing on time? Purification. Let me make sure I said everything about thieves. Yes, I did. Okay. Purification. So, okay, I'll start over here. I'll just give you that one to smell. So this one, it does what it says. It purifies. It's a neutralizer. And so if you are someone who's a smoker or you live with someone that's a smoker, it is really, really helpful for smoking to get rid of that scent. Also, coffee grounds help with that scent too. But it helps purify the air. It helps with insect bites. So this past summer, we had 2 summers ago, we had a group of people get in poison ivy, and then what's the wild mustard, what's that stuff called? Wild mustard seed? Or parsnips, yeah. Yes, which was horrible this year. So I literally just, in applying it on my patients, went through a bottle of purification just on people, no one even buying it, because I'd put it on them as soon as they'd come in. So it helped stop the blistering and the scarring immediately. So this stuff is great for some of those hardcore, heavy-duty skin things, like an insect bite or a blister, or like the wild parsnips. What's nice is it helps create humidity in the air, so it's a really good one to diffuse. Helps with any kind of odors in shoes. So throwing a little essential oil in your teenage boy's shoes, always helpful. Insect repellent, and then it helps with mites in animals. So I didn't put a lot about oils and pets, but there's a whole slew of information about that. So if you're interested in using it for your pets, I'd encourage you, go to just youngliving.com, and there's a separate informational piece that's there. So like I said, it's kind of that refreshing, helps neutralize odors type of a thing. I probably use that in my house the most as what I diffuse, because people are in and out, or excuse me, at my office, because people are in and out with different things. All right, so it's great to learn about this, but how the heck do you use some of them too? So sore throat, hot water and honey, using some thieves, using some peppermint, and using some lemon. It is fantastic. You can drink it 20 times a day if you want, and it truly is so soothing to the throat. I have been doing this all week long because of having a little bit of a sore throat, and it's truly helped. I texted Vanessa this morning and said, my throat, I couldn't talk very well this morning, so you were going to get me scratchy. Water and wellness, because who loves just plain water, right? No one does. I do, but some people hate it. And that's why we drink soda or other flavored things. So what's neat is you can flavor your water or infuse your water with actual fresh fruit and vegetables, or you can throw essential oils in it. So for sugar cravings and helping with digestion and bloating, we use grapefruit. So that's something you can put a couple drops in your water with. For helping with blood sugar is cinnamon. Antidepressant is, we have a clove and an orange one. And then with curbing your appetite, energy boosting, bad breath, and heartburn is peppermint. So you can put that in your water. Weight management is lime. And then helping with alkalizing the body, detoxifying, and boosting some skin is using lemon. So like I said, if you guys want these, you can take a picture of them now, or Vanessa will email out the PowerPoint so you can have them. Okay, so RC. So RC this time of the year is one of the best ones for helping with kind of deeper bronchial things. Our niece, who is 15 months old, I don't think I have this one. She was getting her big tooth in, molars in, so she was major teething symptoms. So she kind of got a little croupy, which isn't fun if you're a new mom, or mom or dad. And so with a little hot steam from the shower and applying the RC, our niece didn't have to go into the medical doctor and have a nebulizer or anything like that. Just by doing that pretty much religiously, getting her through. It was about 3 pretty treacherous days, but over 3 days it did get better. So that's the deeper bronchial. It's a blend, so there's eucalyptus, which is great for the lungs. There's 2 different kinds of eucalyptus, 3 actually. Myrtle, spruce, peppermint, pine, lavender, marjoram, and cypress. So it's a blend of oils that, like I said, helps with the deeper bronchioles. So I don't know why they said spa-like, but I guess you can use it for spa-like. I've never used it for that. I've used it always for bronchial bronchitis type things. So here's the one I was talking about for digestion. So I don't have this one here for you to smell either. We sell out of this all of the time. But this one you can enjoy it with your meal, so it helps actually digest your foods. Most people put it in a capsule and they ingest it that way. Otherwise you can put it in your water or use it right on your skin. All right, pain. Anyone have any aches and pains when it gets super cold out, or just in general? This is an expensive oil. Again, some of them are pricey, but this one you need very, very little. So with arthritis, Panaway, you just put a gentle, small little drop, massage it into the sore knee, elbow, sore muscle. A couple years ago, slid into a base playing softball and had a ginormous bruise on my thigh. And so I put the Panaway on. I wish I would have remembered that. I wish I would have taken a picture, because it helped. And I still have bruises from a month ago. They don't go away very easy in my body, but that was one that went away like this from putting the Panaway. So it helps with increasing circulation. So that's why with pain, it helps increase oxygenation of the tissue, which then helps you feel less pain. So it's kind of great for that. You can apply it after exercise to the neck and back. It's very soothing to the body. It really is one of our #1 selling oils for pain. Can't go wrong with that one. What does it say? I think it's glaring a little bit. Try me. Oh, ginger. Okay. So just with this time of the year, because our diets usually change, and I'm trying to think of where we're at. it's the holidays, we eat different, we don't get as much sleep, our vitamin D is really low, so a lot of congestion, digestion, pain, feeling icky. You guys, yes, we're sick, but actually it's just our body normally are just responding to its environment, that things are different. So I guess I have a little different mindset when I feel this coming on and just look at, okay, have I been sleeping? Have I been doing the A, B, and C? And if I haven't, no wonder I'm sick versus that I'm sick. So I love this one for helping with the immune system and just getting our bodies a little extra support. I'm not a ginger lover. Do you guys like ginger? Ugh. I am not a ginger lover. So this one I put in with lemon. I'll mix it with lemon and peppermint so that it's a little easier to drink in my water. So I have that up here as well. Migraines. So we all have stressful jobs, right? No stressful jobs? Look at that! Jill, I set everyone up for that. They all responded perfect.
None of them have stress.
Even everyone watching from afar. So I say that because the holidays are more stressful. And let's face it, everything in our workday can create stress. Whether it's a bad email, an order didn't go right, someone didn't pay their bill on time, whatever it might be, it can cause more stress and we can get more of like a tension, migraine-like headache. So here's a couple that help specifically with the migraines. Thieves, frankincense, valor, peppermint, or lavender. You can do a blend or you can do them individually, okay? So as you can see, oils can be used to help with symptoms, right? That's kind of the, if you have this, try this method. And it's just an alternative to trying our everyday over-the-counter medications, but it's not to replace them. So I actually got this slide off of Pinterest, so I stole it. Other thing is some conversions, because I have a lot of people ask me about that too. How do you convert oil? For instance, if you are going to make your own cleaners, you can take just like a water bottle or a spray bottle, and for every, let's say, 1 drop is approximately 60 milligrams, so you just kind of go from that way. Or if it asks for a teaspoon of cleaner, that's how much you know to put in your oil or in your dilution. So that's that. Look at, you don't have to be pointing at it. That's cool. Stress away. Oh, this one is good. So here we go. Start with the food. Yes. So Stress Away is first product to contain, this is one of our newer ones. This just came out within the last year. To contain a unique combination of lime and vanilla. So it's a unique scent. I hate the smell of that. Like my office manager will diffuse it and I'm like, oh, it's a Stress Away day. I don't go out in the waiting room. I don't know why. I'm not a vanilla lover. I think that's why. But if it does help with stress. So with an aromatherapy piece of it, that's helpful for getting away that stress and it helps relax the body. It's very comforting. It's a blend of oils. Is anyone else saying that they don't like it? You like it?
I like it.
Do you? Yes. I must really need it. So it promotes healthy sleep. So like lavender, it's a helpful one for sleep. It restores kind of that mental focus. So we have a couple of our patients that use it for their kids because of the learning piece of it. It helps with anxiety as well. So I think I've mentioned it a few times, but oils can be used topically, aromatherapy-wise, and you can ingest them. Those are the 3 ways that we use essential oils. So we'll talk about the diffuser here in a second. It's an interesting one, isn't it? I don't know. Christmas Spirit. This is the one I had diffusing. This is another slide that I blew up in stool, so I apologize. I have my things there. But it's helpful for just bringing in the Christmas spirit. It's just a good alternative to some of our unfortunate toxic candles. And I'm not a candle lover because I'm just nervous I'll forget and I'd be the person that happens to. So it's nice to just have something that plugs in and it shuts off when the water's gone. So it's not really a hazard that way. You can inhale it, obviously, you diffuse it. I don't recommend using Christmas Spirit topically because it is one of our hot ones because of what it contains with cinnamon bark. So that one is more of just like using it aromatherapy-wise. Did you guys like the scent when you walked in? It was kind of uplifting, smelled holiday-like. So let's talk about diffusers. Has anyone ever used one before? A couple people have? Okay, awesome. So one thing with Young Living essential oils is if you decide that you want to get them, kind of your best bang for your buck is getting what are called our essential starter kit. You get a diffuser, 11 of our most commonly used oils, plus a few like sample things, and that's like $170 some and it's shipped right to your house. Then you get essential oils for a discounted price. You get to pick the diffuser you get. Now, Walmart sells them, Walgreens sells them, there's a million on Amazon, but what I have heard, because we use an ultrasonic diffuser disc at the bottom that you do have to clean, they don't seem to get the oils to diffuse as well throughout like a bigger space, or that they last as long. So you can try it out if you want to just go get a cheap one and then buy yourself a more expensive one. Mine's dirty right now, I'm kind of embarrassed by it. But you just put a little water to the fill line, and then you put whatever drop it says on the bottle. So for Christmas Spirit, I put 5 drops for the water. And there's 2 settings with this diffuser. One keeps it going for a period of time, and the other one, it shuts on and off 30 seconds at a time. And so a lot of people use them in their children's room as night lights, because if it's dark in here, you will see that this lights up. And so one of the older ones would change colors, so it would go from like blue to green, so it's kind of soothing. If you're goofy like me, I think that stuff's cool. But we have ours going in our office all the time. I have one at home that I'll kind of put in each different room, whatever. So it's something fun to have to get it into the air. Some people try to put the oils in like a candle warmer with a little water. You can smell them, but you have to be right by it. It doesn't actually activate. So the ultrasonic piece at the bottom actually activates the oil, and that's how it gets in, diffuses it, and helps you kind of get it to the aromatherapy piece of it. So that's Christmas Spirit, and that's a little bit about the diffuser. There's 3 different kinds of eucalyptus. The one that I sell the most of and use the most of is the Eucalyptus radiata. Seems to be the safest and the best smelling. The other 2 are icky, so anytime I've had someone try to use it for their child or themselves, it's just they don't like the scent of it. So they each have different purposes, but the radiata is the best for kind of your congested throats, chest type stuff. So I talked a little bit about the feet. If you put thieves on your feet, you can taste it. So there are what we call a VitaFlex, and there's a hand chart and a foot chart and an ear chart. So I won't bore you with all 3 of those. I have a couple of reference things in the back that it talks more in depth about. But what's neat is you can basically apply the oil for whatever purpose you're looking for that specific organ. And so it's kind of neat that you can use that along with, it's like kind of using acupuncture, so acupressure points, what we use as the chart. So that's kind of a neat one. I like showing that for the different organs. About done here. Okay, so because I know you have your fitness center next door, and I know you're encouraged to go use it, woohoo. Sometimes you can get aches and pains, muscle soreness, but I put plantar fasciitis up because it's something that a lot of people suffer from. That's why I loved that you had the Shoe Shack come in and talk to you guys about different things. But no one ever thinks, why would an oil help me? I've had it help someone break up a bone spur in their foot, literally before and after x-rays. It's not happened to everyone that I've suggested it, but you never know with that type of person, so it's something to try. So this is the blend where you use Valor, then you apply Wintergreen, and then you apply RC to where the bottom of the foot, usually in the center part of the arch on the inside part, and that helps with getting rid of some plantar fasciitis. There's a trigger point on the back of the calf, and obviously go to get your hips checked and your ankles checked, because sometimes it can be structural as well. But that's my go-to 3 oils that helps with anything plantar fasciitis or itis-wise. So when we talk about plantar fasciitis, just to break down that big fancy word, plantar just means foot, and fascia is your ligaments in the thin muscle on the bottom of the feet. And then itis just means inflamed, like ears, whatever it might be. So those 3 all help with inflammation throughout the body. So it doesn't matter what is inflamed, you could use it at different parts besides just your foot. I have someone using it for tennis elbow right now. Had another lady using it for her knee. So another person who just has a torn rotator cuff, put it on her shoulder. So that's the 3 for that. And then especially with anxiety and kind of this time of the year, for helping with libido too, we use the Lang-a-Lang, Ying-a-Lang, decreasing blood pressure, helping with PMS symptoms, helps with lice. The other thing that helps with lice is purification, and lavender, and tea tree, of course. Tea tree is a go-to. I do have that one up here as well. So you can put it in the scalp, which makes all of us start itching now, so you just say that word right. But it helps kill the mites that grow with lice. It's also an antidepressant, so I put that one on there because it's not our commonly used one, but it is helpful. So there are specific oils for weight loss and hormones and different things like that that are just an aid. That's kind of how I use essential oils in our practice, is they're just an aid. They're just something that is supportive of your body to help it be its best and work at its best. So just a few pointers there. This is just stuff. I don't really need to bore you with that. These are some more of the oils that we use. I love orange. That one smells fantastic. Tea tree, cleaning and used with skin. This orange, a lot of people have them put that in smoothies or things that they'll mix up for breakfast. I talked about the citrus fresh, or the lemon and citrus for the cleaning of your mattress and carpets. And then the Aroma-Ease is for calming and relaxing. So these are some of our newer flex oils that we just added. And then here's just more information about Young Living themselves. So do you guys have any questions? That doesn't look like me. Any questions? We kind of flew through some of these. I just wanted to give you a variety. There's a couple up here that I did not have on the PowerPoint, and I'll go through and explain those three here. So this one's Clarity. This is one of my favorites. Obviously, like you guys, I'm busy, and I feel like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions helping people. So I love Clarity on days that I'm doing a lot of test reads. So in my clinic, we look at blood for hormones, infertility, whatever it might be. So those are the days I use Clarity to help keep my mind clear. It's truly, whether it's mental or not, it does help, personally. So I like that one. It promotes a clear mind, helps with alertness, can help with jet lag, so if you're someone that has to do a lot of traveling, concentration, and it helps with enhancing and decreasing mental fatigue, so enhancing sports performance. The next one is Sage. So this one should be open, yeah, because it's almost. So Sage is for depression. It's a clearing one, so you probably have heard people using smudge sage sticks for clearing like a space. Some people will do that just to help get rid of, that's a potent one. That one is potent. I should have warned you. It's very helpful for cleansing, so you don't need to put it close to your nose. It's purifying, cleansing, and helps with any kind of depression/mental fatigue. And it's respiratory. It's supportive for respiratory. We sell a lot of sage. It's probably one of my, I can't keep it on our shelf. And then Release. So some people are, it kind of where's your belief system at too, but you know, with the full moon that we just had, I think about a full moon as a kind of a new beginning. So looking at it as kind of releasing any of your old bad habits and on with the new. So this oil, I have a lot of women especially that buy this for kind of releasing negativity, emotions, helps kind of balance. It just aids in your emotional well-being. So in our clinic, that's why there's these little sheets of paper. We have them on like a little, what are those like clear plastic things? What are you talking about? Like a stand, like yeah, there you go. Yep, clear plastic thing. So we'll put that with the oil that we're diffusing that day that sparks people's interest in, oh, what's that scent today or that. So people, it's funny, they start to look forward to what scent they're gonna have. Because I'm a little bit of a natural health nut, I am not one for perfumes because of all the crazy ingredients. I do own a perfume, but I don't spray it near my skin. So I use them as my perfume. So today, if you really want to hug, I'll hug you. I have Joy on because I wanted to make sure I was real joyous and chipper coming to see you all today. But I also use one for Abundance, one that's called Abundance. It's in my purse. I can grab that too. That's kind of a unique blend for helping with your finances. We have a whole line for like fitness, finance, your brain type stuff. So we have a ton of different lines and products. So if you have any questions, there's a couple of our outdated last year, 2015 product guidebooks. So if you want one, take one. I just didn't sell them or get rid of them all last year. So if you have any questions, let me know. So those are the ones that I think I had you smell everything else. Clarity, Sage, and Release. So that's Essential Oils 101 in a short 45-minute
You hit an hour.
Hot topic. What's that?
You hit an hour, good job.
Oh, shoot, okay. So, any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So you mentioned something about capsules. People
Yes.
Putting it,
They do, yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I have a couple other things to show you. So you can, some of them, they'll recommend a certain dosage for, let's say, your immune system. So you can put 5 drops in a vegetable capsule. You can get vegetable capsules on Amazon or through Young Living, and you'll put the drops in, and that way you don't have to taste it, it just gets digested, or put into the stomach and then released. The Diges one is very commonly one that's put in a capsule. So that's a great question. With that being said, these are some of the little things that help make it easier for me to use oils. This is a little carrier, comes in these little things so you can have your favorite oils on hand. And then we also sell them where you can get rollers. So you can roll them on your skin, under your pillow, wherever it might be, on your plantar fasciitis foot, on your kid, wherever it might be. This is made out of flaxseed. And so this one doesn't have any oil, so maybe. One of our patients makes these, and she diffuses them with essential oils. So I'm giving this away. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet. We might have to draw a name. What do you think? I forgot to ask you.
Yeah.
Or you can put it in a drawing. You can do it another way.
Joyce is the only one that asked the question.
Oh, yeah, did anyone else have a question? I have an oil I can give away. I'll give 2 things away. You get that, so it goes in the microwave.
okay.
Yep, for a minute, or it can go in the freezer as a cold pack. It's great cold on your eyes. Oh, it's so good on the eyes cold.
I put it on the back of my neck.
Back of your neck.
So are any of
Does it
them
help with
harmful to
flap?
dog, to your animals?
There are some, and I didn't put that slide on there, and I don't know them off the tip of my tongue, but that is something if you
Like,
do.
if you diffuse it?
Yes, yep,
Okay.
for diffusing. That's a great question. I had a lot of people ask that. Some of them are. Yeah, there's a couple that I know are. Not for diffusing, more of like topically use.
Yeah.
There aren't very many that are.
Like, no, my dogs are all still alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Daily. I mean,
No.
I diffuse. You guys know that all
Yeah.
the time, even here, I diffuse.
Yeah,
Because,
there's
like,
all
nothing
the
usually
time. Every
diffusing
day.
wise that's harmful.
Well, like if you use like the, like
You
the
just don't wanna
lavender,
put them on
Yep.
it or let them.
and they sleep with me, so I
Oh
don't
gosh,
want
you'd
them.
be totally fine.
Yeah.
Yep, they'd be totally fine.
You just can't.
Yeah, don't
make
have
it or
them
put 'em
eat
on
it.
them.
How
That's
do
a
you
great
go about
question.
ordering the
Yes,
diffuser?
so sometimes people know other people that are part of Young Living. Like I said, some women and men, that's their means of income. So if you know someone, talk to them about it. I can give you, I actually just brought a few sheets in case you wanted information. I can give you the member number. You have to be hooked to someone to get the diffuser and the kit. So that's easy, you just do it online. So I can give you the sheet and the number that I give you. Like I said, I think it's like $178 to get the diffuser, the kit, and then a few freebie fun things that come with it.
But if you
It's-
really wanna try it, there are really good diffusers on Amazon.
There are.
For 29
Yes,
bucks.
that are not as expensive.
Yeah,
I
but I'm in
100%
here to
agree with
poo-poo
you.
that. I have one, but
Oh yeah,
if you're like wanna try it and be like,
Yep.
am I gonna commit to this
Yep.
before you
It's a
spend that
great-
kind of money?
definitely, because
Like
they're
the
$100.
Pure line.
This is $100.
is
Yep.
really good.
So that's why I say it's the best bang for your buck, because you get 11 oils, frankincense being one of them, and then the diffuser. So Amazon is great, or Walgreens. Great question.
But that, yeah.
I love it.
Any other questions? Oh, I don't have a fun one up here that I want to give you. I think I have a Joy.
I don't think we smelled it.
Will you grab it? It's in my purse. Yeah, I didn't bring it out. Why, do you want it? You want some Joy?
I need a lot of joy.
These two over here are like giggling about Joy. Yes, your question.
What's like,
Oh,
I
not
know you
that.
said
She
there's
needs something, I
like
just
pretty wide
built
price
it.
range, can you tell me what's the like usual price range?
Sure. So
How
they,
long do they last?
good question. So, the general price range is anywhere from like $15 to $98 or $100. So in anything in between. The ones that I showed you today are between like your $20 and $40. Panaway is like $50, and I have some of them back there with prices. But for the most part, the ones that you're using every day are not as expensive. So I meant to look this up, but
It
there's
lasts
a
forever.
certain amount of drops per bottle, and it's in the hundreds. So there's a 5 milliliter bottle, which are these small ones. And then there's the 15 milliliter bottle. There's like 300 and some drops in the bigger ones.
Steph, many times when you put them like, I have rollers in my purse in my car. You dilute that,
Yes.
right? You don't like put the whole drop, fill the whole thing with your
Let me
roller
just
oil.
show.
You dilute it, you can dilute it into like olive oil or.
So you can see just me opening the top, just that on the lid, that is plenty for what you would put on your skin, or that would be considered a drop. So if I do an actual drop, you can kind of see,
I don't need it.
that's a lot. That's plenty. So you're not using too much of it, and so I use some clarity on the back of my neck. So you don't really need, they do last forever. I think so these are all mine that I've been collecting over the years. Some of them I know I've had since I started, and some like lemon and lavender and purification and thieves, I can't keep those. Those I use every single day. I think I have a bottle of white Angelica. Did I have Joy?
Yep, I'm passing through.
There's one called White Angelica. I use that as a perfume, and I know I've had that for like 5 years. You only just need a little
Our
drop
one
of
of
top.
sisters know her as that smell.
No.
Like if it's anywhere else, oh, you smell like Stephanie.
I gave someone a hug right before I got here. I went and did a little shopping, and she goes, "Oh, you smell good." I go, "Good," because I did that at like 7:30 this morning. So they last all day. And what's neat is you don't really know that you smell like them because you get used to it. And after you have had it on, your sniffer gets used to it, but it still lasts on your body and on your skin.
So how long does like one of those diffusers, the water in there last? If you put 5 drops,
So
is it like 8
usually
hours? Or?
we have to fill it up twice in our workday, and we're open for about normal 8-hour shift. So it'll shut off, but there's still plenty of water in there. They run for a couple minutes at a time, and then you just have to. It's more of a safety thing. And there's other diffusers that you can set a timer with. Those are more expensive from the Young Living line. Great questions. I should have brought more goodies. So, any other questions? I hope you enjoyed it. Awesome that you guys use the already essential oil users. Like I said, there's other brands. Just find what works for you. Just make sure it's safe. And if you ever have questions, you can ask Vanessa. You can email me. I think on the sheet, my email address is on there at the bottom of one of them. Maybe the bottom of that one. And that way, if you do want oils, it says like my member number at the bottom that says like number 12, whatever, 127. That way, if you do want to sign up and just get your own starter kit, just plug that number in. Jill, if you're connected, get Jill's number because then you're just one big.
I'm not connected
Okay.
to Young Living.
Okay. So if you do have any other questions about that, I'd be happy to answer those. doTERRA, I love that stuff too. Yeah.
I honestly think doTERRA and those two are all pretty safe.
Yes, they are.
I just think it's really important you guys figure it out and use them.
Yep.
You can really cut out a lot of antibiotics,
They do.
Tylenol,
Yep.
all that stuff you
some of
should
that
not be
stuff.
using.
Yep. That's why I kind of
It
started
does
to talk
work for
and said.
hangovers. There is one that will help you with the hangover. Yes, there is.
That's why I started the talk and just said, I think it's great that you as a company get, exposed to other additional things. Because this day and age, it's super easy to get your prescription and just that's the way. So there are ways that if you're someone who wants to be motivated to kind of come off or find an alternative, there's a time and place for everything. Trust me. I'm not saying never to use them, but it's a matter of just finding what works for you.
And there's
So-
no reason to be confused because the what to use them for is everywhere.
Yes, it is.
You can go onto any website, doTERRA,
Yeah.
essential oils, and it'll tell you what to use,
Yep.
what not to mix.
And you have your own resource.
No, I'm not that, but I do use them.
You know how to use them. That's great. Well, thank you guys for your time. I hope you get to now be energized for the rest of your next hour of work,
Yeah.
right? You're done at 5? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Stephanie.
We didn't even use our coffee.
Oh, yeah.
If you need to.
You had your